Dolph, one of our biggest expenses in retirement is healthcare. I'm starting to see this more and more with my own family. And Next Avenue, a website that focuses on baby boomer issues, came up with a list of ways to help manage our healthcare costs. So we were looking at this list earlier. What stands out to you as some good choices that they've identified here?
Oh, this is a wonderful article. If you haven't read this article, snap, get your hands on it. So, Kristen, I'm gonna flip this over to you for you, and so get a different avenue. Out of these, let's just take the top 5 up here that we have that you and I agreed on. Which of those 5 do you look in the right way that you think would stand out as a good choice?
If you're still healthy, to look into buying long-term care insurance.
Absolutely. I mean, long-term care insurance can really help you out when we have an agent here in the office, Jeff, who specializes in Medicare, specializes in life insurance, and specializes in long care insurance, finding the right one for you. But it could protect you against enormous costs for home health care or in a facility, in a nursing home down the road. And if you can put that into your budget right now, I agree with you, Kristen. That's one of the top ones on the list.
Okay, something that's on the list that's been bugging me and I've been bugging my parents about is downsizing their home to get on one level, and also they don't need as big of a home.
No, a lot of people, they get attached to their home, but it's a very big expense. And it's not just, even if your home's paid off with and you have this big home, like I've seen some people have, electric bills, water bills, gas bills, those and taxes, and they're costing you can really add up. And reducing those monthly expenses and freeing some extra cash up could actually help you on health insurance a lot.
Okay, so they're also saying on this list that we should have a financial professional run a projection of our savings and future retirement income, which is something you do every day for people.
Oh, yeah, that will help determine to see if you're going to be in good shape or if you might need to adjust your spending in retirement to the accounts of the unexpected expenses. And we know what the unexpected expenses in Kristen are in retirement. Mm-hmm. Inflation, taxes, healthcare, longevity. Those are 4 of the big unexpected expenses out there in retirement. So having someone like myself run you a projection of where you're at and where you could be going forward, absolutely, I agree with you 100%.
And one here that's really interesting that you've talked about before is to consider buying a lifetime income annuity.
Absolutely. I mean, people don't like the word, but again, like I was talking about Bob and Judy earlier, is they took a money and that's like their medical annuity, is that the potential for medical costs could spike to a reason of astronomical amounts. And so if you think you're going to spend $15,000 a year between prescription drugs and this, that, and the other, well, let's get you into an annuity who's going to pay you a guaranteed $15,000 a year for the rest of your life. And guess what? That money is off the table. That risk is off the table. You don't have to worry about that anymore because an annuity is one of the very few instruments out there that can actually do this for you. So, I mean, Kristen, I'm glad you brought up those 4. I mean, there's a lot more in this, but it's looking ahead of the 8 ball before you try to get to. I mean, I don't know if you've ever played pool before.
Mm-hmm, poorly.
I'm one of the world's worst pool players.
I don't know. We should have a contest. I'm pretty bad.
Well, I'm the one who makes the shots you shouldn't make and miss the shots you're supposed to make. But when you watch these guys that are really good at pool, I mean, they're lining their shots up. They're looking where the next ball is before they even hit the ball 2 balls before them. The same thing can go with your portfolio, and you're like, if you're starting to look at that ball, and you're like, okay, I'm going to take off longevity. I'm going to get that income. Boom. I'm going to take off long-term care and nursing care expenses. Boom, that's off. I'm going to take care of health care expenses. Boom. I'm going to take care of these bills here. Boom. If you start taking those ahead of time, when it gets to that point and they're not there, guess what? It's such a better thing to feel about.